Fast forward, any come out China so AG Politics Avenue. On your podcast, or train make headlines. And I jam Rene the action or Hanidia Braxima, Mr. Say Unia, young political highways, Nina, Eja Dema, Enya Assem Kotuakana, Nina say, Adu.Boahene trial, and a Omoko transfer our court now. A second witness no, Unia, and some up Urano, a proguhono, and Yasem Kotuakana, Adu.Boahene. One and lawyers who association mupa abra or make his position via unia enyasem kotwakra and sama aye second witness no king and accept invoices menu bi ewo kwa eno e contain two serial numbers omo edi ekodi idwa ewo IXC codes na we ni free honso cyber defense system no omo eko purchase cyber defense system na invoices omu edidi sa adwuma no se open no national bureau records ma sa invoice no so prapo no unhu a onua enya asem koto akra owura Adu.Boahene ekamia koye se ne kwadu no kwa na ekosoro eye asemdibia papa no ne ho ahyehye ne yipa na at this point in time abujafo attraction omu eboye nkyiremu yemwura mu ne yehwe ne yekọ ne de ba AG Politics Avenue.
Involved. We the youth will get involved so that we will come so that those of our people who does not have a lot to do, they will get something to do.
And in the courts, during the submission of the concluding part of her testimony in the trial of former National Signals Bureau Director General Adu.Boahene, the prosecution's second witness stated that two invoices bearing the same serial numbers were used to purchase two separate equipments from the same supplier, ISC Holding. The witness, Ruby Edumwa, who serves as the Director of Finance at the National Signals Bureau, further informed the Accra High Court that the corresponding invoice for the purchase of the cyber defense system could not be found in the Bureau's records. And this is reported by Lord Iduasari.
The former National Signals Bureau Director, Adu.Boahene, and his wife, Angela Boateng, and the company are facing trial for multiple charges including stealing, causing financial loss to the Republic, and money laundering. They have pleaded not guilty and are on bail. In court on Friday, November 7, led by Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Remsai, the Director of Finance at the National Signals Bureau explained that she first came across the invoice bearing the same number as the one used to purchase a digital investigative audit system when it was presented to her by EOCO officials. She affirmed that in her position, she had the oversight responsibility to see to all transactions carried out by the National Signals Bureau. She, however, noted that after being shown the second invoice, she could not find payment done on the bank statement. Asked by the Deputy Attorney General what it connoted, she described it as one which is erroneous. During cross-examination by lead counsel for Adu.Boahene, the prosecution's witness told the court that the Bureau of National Communications became the statutory body of the National Signals Bureau in 2023. Ruby Edumwa also admitted that as the head of finance of the National Signals Bureau, she did not have the clearance to know about some national security operational accounts at her level. The case has been adjourned to November 12 for continuation of the cross-examination of the prosecution's witness by lawyers of Adu.Boahene. Lord Udasari, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, every minute, someone dies from alcohol-related causes around the world. The World Health Organization says alcohol consumption is a serious public health issue. Despite the revenue it generates through taxation, there is growing stakeholder pressure to pass the long-awaited national alcohol policy.
In Ghana, reports show that 9.2% of truck drivers operate above the legal blood alcohol limit, and an alarming 1% believes alcohol improves driving performance. The National Road Safety Authority says this is confirmation that many drivers normally break the law on alcohol limits. That is why the authority is advocating for a national alcohol policy with stricter legal limits.
For now, what we're looking at is the alcohol level that we call it BAC is 0.08 that is being used in Ghana. I'm hoping that, of course, that number will come down to 0.04. Chairman, I think that's or lower than that.
Chairman of the Alcohol Policy Alliance, Benjamin Anabila, is calling for stricter advertising regulations.
When the regulation also comes, it will regulate the setting up of these bars. If you listen to regulation, you are supposed to set up a bar not less than 200 meters to educational institutions. But I tell you what, you go into some of our educational institutions, in some of the campuses, we have bars. Even these our basic schools, and the bars, drinking bars are springing up. But we believe that when the law comes and then it stipulates it directly, then it means we can strike and then make sure that all these things can be implemented.
The draft National Alcohol Control Regulations, introduced in 2017, has yet to be finalized and enacted as it awaits a legislative instrument to ensure effective implementation of the policy. If passed, it will minimize the negative impact of alcohol consumption on individuals and the society. Chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, Dr. Mark Kurtz Nawani, has assured that once the LI reaches Parliament, it will be passed within the month.
We had the law so many years ago, but there are no regulations to back it. As a member of Parliament, in both subsidiary legislation and health, I can assure you that when it comes to Parliament, we will be able to pass this bill within a matter of 1 month.
Alcohol use is linked to a wide range of health and social issues, including cancer, suicide, domestic violence, traffic injuries, and premature death. According to the World Health Organization, alcohol causes 3 million deaths globally each year, with 13% of those deaths occurring among individuals aged 20 to 39.
And now, Telecel Ghana Foundation has paid the medical bills of some new needy mothers in the maternity ward at the Achimota Hospital who could not go home for non-payment of bills. This program forms part of the foundation's annual homecoming initiative to make a positive social impact across the country.
Since 2011, the Telecel Homecoming Initiative has put smiles on the faces of patients by covering general admission costs, maternity support, laboratory fees, and other medical expenses. This year, Telecel Foundation chose the Achimota Hospital to send some good cheer. Director of External Affairs at Telecel Ghana, Adu.Boahene, says this initiative has had a positive social impact on Ghanaians since inception.
In the space of health, this is one of the many interventions that we do. You have heard not too long ago, Telecel had donated some cervical cancer screening facilities to Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We also believe that once we offer payment for hospital bills, we should also equip the citizens for sustainability. This is just one of the ways by which the Telecel Foundation supports many people within our communities.
The hospital's Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, Salome Frimpong, commended Telecel for extending such kind gestures and called on other corporate institutions to do same.
Thank you to Telecel Foundation for choosing Achimota Hospital. In fact, we were not expecting this kind of gesture. It has come a long way to help the clients who have been discharged. So we plead with the general public and other organizations that if you want to help other healthcare facility, please choose Achimota.
Among some of the patients who benefited from the Homecoming Initiative is a first-time mother, Joyce, who shared her excitement.
God should bless them wherever they get the money from before paying our bills. We are very grateful and we are very happy leaving the hospital to our homes. We are very happy. God bless you people.
At least 20 patients across 6 wards received sanitary and hygiene items or had their medical bills paid in order for them to reconnect with their families.
So now we know that the Galamseyers are enemies.
Yes.
How do we bring them closer? In all my research as a professor, I've never seen any situation, war zones, conflicts that have been solved by another violence. Yes, you can kill all of them. But some will rise up and do the same thing. Because if my mother has been selling weche for 40 years. Most people travel abroad, they come back and continue to sell the virtue of their parents. It's been the calling of the family. My mother has been selling cocoa. They will now make it, well packaged, but they're going to do the same thing because
so some of your siblings are selling cocoa.
No, I'm developing a case.
I seem to say it.
Prof, I'm with you. I see where Prof go on. Prof, go on for me. So I mean, no matter
what I was trying to say,
no matter what is done, it will just manifest in a different form.
Run through. If somebody's father has been a carpenter, you can see that they can now have technology adding to it, but they love that job, the first job that the food that we all grew up with, fufu and others. Even when we travel, I've been driving. When I was in Minnesota, Wisconsin, I was driving 2.5 hours just to get a tuber of yam to buy. Because that is the food that I grew up on. That's the point that I'm saying. But I'm saying this to mean that, look, we don't have to use violence to solve violent problems. Yes, I understand the chiefs and everybody involved. But what do we do to strengthen an institution like the NCCE so that they can go, be having the budget to go and educate the people? Sometimes some people are ignorant about the consequences of what they are doing. Don't we see all these boys with talisman and other than that they are protecting themselves, they have guns and that they believe if you shoot them, it's not going to even, kill them because they are protected. It is a source of livelihood. They live in those communities, that's what they do. So if somebody think that this is a militia, as Honorable was saying, yeah, I understand. We all have different perspectives. But I'm of the opinion that violence never solves a problem. Dialogue solves problems. How do we find a way, using common sense, that we call, because these are our brothers, these are our uncles, these are our aunties, they are Ghanaians, they are citizens. They have gone the wrong way. I remember the story in the Bible about the prodigal son, see? And it's beautiful about a son who has taken inheritance from the father, gone to destroy it. And then when he comes, the father throws a party. But the other boy with the father said that, I have served you all my life, and you've not even killed a calf to celebrate me. But this, your son who went and wasted everything, and look at what the father said, that, look, everything you have, I have, is for you. You didn't have to even work hard to impress me as a father because it belongs to you already. They are citizens, they are Ghanaians. But they have gone the wrong way. They are deviants. The same way that if you have deviants, you see, please wait. The same way that if you have, I know you all want to speak, but the same way that, you see, you have deviants in our own families. Your children, we say there's Mensa in every house, right? You have your own children who can go astray and fight against you. But what do? We have the Absaloms and the others. Let's talk to them in a way, in a stern way. Show them tough love. That yes, what you're doing, you want to survive. But you are surviving at the expense of the entire community. And that's a no. Okay. That is why you go to, the law takes people to jail. Why? Because the least bar is what they could not clear. You are not supposed to do A, B, C, and D. The Constitution is there to protect us. You are going ultra-virus beyond the Constitution. You are destroying our own existence. So stop it. Okay. Now, how do we do that? If you shoot and kill everybody, that doesn't solve the problem. But let's dialogue in a very stern way to find a way to solve it.
Prof, okay. What's wrong? Yeah. Just a minute. What's wrong did the 8 do to die? What wrong did they do?
They didn't do anything.
But they died.
I had a friend in it.
Because of what?
I had a brother
No. Because of what?
Because of what I'm saying.
EPA, what wrong did they do to get the pelting they got? What wrong did they do? And you're saying what? We should monocuddle them and say...
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I
think you've made a point.
The mindset is such that they are not prepared to change. Money has a strong pull.
Ata talked about something that if they wanted to shoot, they would have shot, right? When they were there. They didn't do that. So they have their conscience. They have their conscience to get them.
I think let's make it clear. We don't have to be romancing this issue.
At all.
I mean, this is not something that you need to be romancing at all.
This morning is, I remember this day with nostalgic feeling in the sense that on 6th August, in the pursuit of ending Galamsey, we lost 6 gallant men in this country. And I thought that was enough for us to use it as their enduring legacy for the future. Ending Galamsey in memory of those who lost their lives. And if I see incidences like this, it simply tells me that there is still more work to be done. Look, the president when he met the stakeholders, indicated that he is receiving briefings from National Security Task Force, and as and when they give him green light to declare a state of emergency, he will not hesitate to do that. So, Mr. General, I don't know whether the state at which the briefing has gone, but I don't have any doubt that when that thing comes, President Mahama will not hesitate to do that. But
it's time.
It's time, right?
It's time. So
I will say that the last time I came here, I said that the issue of Galamsey is no longer an alternative livelihood pursuit. It is now a militia. Ordinarily, if the concept was alternative livelihood, unemployment, poverty, once this alternative livelihood program that has been instituted, you see a decline in youth venturing into Galamsey. As a member of parliament, I get constituents who tell me they want to go to Obuasi and other places from the north, because the driving force is not because they are poor or they are hungry. It is the pursuit of quick money. So it is now the test of survival to them. And that is why you see them carry weapons. And like my brother said, if somebody is carrying a weapon, it has only one intention, to fire. So if there is a chance of them now attacking all those institutions and stakeholders mandated by law to protect all of us, and this is the outcome that we are getting. And I watched the incident at Honorable College Dauda's constituency, and I realized that this whole Galamsey is now endemic in our communities. The starting point is not government. The starting point is the community. As a member of parliament, we all are involved in land reforms in our various constituencies. And so for a Galamsey activity to go on in a community, it has a tacit approval of the traditional rulers. It is never possible that Galamsey activities can happen in a community where the chiefs are not aware. And when the government, when we started in January this year, the first thing the minister did was regulating the licensing regime, where now licenses are supposed to be obtained at the municipal and the district levels. That has representation of the traditional rulers. It also has representation of the unit committee and the assembly before even EPA and then mineral commissions come on board. That is the new licensing regime. Yet, we still see Galamsey going on. What it simply tells you is that whatever effort government is putting, they believe that the amount that they will make from illegal mining is more than whatever alternative program that you will bring. Yes, this morning we have all been viewing the impact it is having on water bodies, on the environment and all those things. But, Senior, let's not also lose sight of the successes that we have chalked. We cannot see that things have not changed. Yes, you can't end this type of problem just by a week or two. These are survival issues. Look at Hamas and Israel. It started, then we thought it would end. Look at the number of lives. They had to take the Americans to intercede in bringing some level of solution to the issue.
Oh no, but you can't compare the two.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying that whatever the situation is, it will lead to loss of lives if you want to end it the brutal way. There are humanitarian issues, human rights issues, and all those issues that will have to be factored into that. I will never condone any act of Galamsey, and every person that is involved in Galamsey should be dealt with. But I'm saying that we're talking about the regulatory regimes that have been put in place. Do you know that, Prof? Now, every excavator that you import, there's a policy at the Ghana ports that says that no permit, no excavator imports. So even if you are using it for construction, you must have a permit.
A certificate.
A certificate that shows that you are a contractor, number one. Or if you are using it for mining, you must have certification for Minerals Commission, EPA, and the ministry. That shows that you are having legitimate mandate to carry out mining concessions. And that time, what they will do is that they code it. I don't know how they normally call it, but
they put tracker on
tracker. So everywhere the machine goes, we know. So now, If you had deployed it to Tamale for construction and the machine is moving to Kumasi, they will quickly call you. That is what is currently ongoing. But before the government implemented this reform, there were already existing excavators in the country. That is where we are now. Those ones, you don't have a lot of information on them.
We and some who wait me also our channel so mamma so jimre or sene say obadian dia dumbi edomini, ever since shame na yasumo passion. AGH politics.